All right, it is the wrap-up show. Padres, for the first time in forever, lose a game. What's the saying, Jim? You can't win them all. Padres lose.
I've heard that saying
You've
before.
heard
Yeah.
that. Padres lose to the Rockies 10-4. MacKenzie Gore roughed up for a second consecutive outing. This is the responsible edition of the wrap-up show, but there is a catch. There is a surprise.
Okay, John, you're just mocking me now.
I can do it responsibly. Here's the deal. Kristen has some wine. I'm going to have a glass.
All right. Look at you. You're the responsible. You're the responsible dad here.
First of all, how are you feeling a day after? Are you okay?
Oh, I'm even better. It's better the second day. It's always great. First night, it's great. Second day, it's great.
All right, this is the wrap-up show with John and Jim. As you make your way into the chat, please subscribe. We have year-round Padres content for you. Hit the notification bell, smash the like button, follow us on Twitter. If you use the Super, we will get your comment here tonight. The Padres have been playing brilliant baseball, but they've struggled against the Rockies. They've lost now 3 consecutive games. They struggled against the Rockies last year. If there's a concern right now, it's that your starting pitching, which has carried you, you're without MacKenzie Gore. Excuse me, you're without Joe Musgrove. He's on the COVID IL. Hopefully very short term. We don't know the length, but it's the first time he could miss a start in his Padres career if he does miss a start. Then you have MacKenzie Gore, who has struggled now in back-to-back outings. You have Mike Clevenger, who is in no real routine to be starting. He came out of the bullpen tonight with 2 innings, was not very effective. So that's 3 of your 7 starters. There are some question marks about. Again, Musgrove's been amazing. I'm sure he'll bounce back quick. Gore's been good. Can he bounce back from this, Jim? And then Clevenger is like a big question mark right now in the middle of 2022.
There's some big questions here. And I think the first one, the big picture is, are the Rockies going to be a thorn in the Padres side all year long? And if they are, that could prevent them from winning this division. Honestly, it really could. If you go another season where you're 8-11 against the Rockies, or 9-10, or however many games they play this season, that does not help you win a division. You have to have winning records versus the bottom teams in your division, especially the Rockies, especially the Diamondbacks. And right now, besides that Friday night last week when I think they won 7-0 with Joe on the mound. I think it was 7-0. Besides that game, they have not looked good against the Rockies. They have not been able to hit at all. 4 straight games. They scored 4 runs tonight, but I mean, there was 1 inning, and the rest of the time they couldn't hit anything. They're getting, I think, no hit for the first 5 innings.
I love how you tweeted at one point like, this game isn't over, and then the Rockies scored like 4 runs 2 seconds later. Like, well, maybe this game actually is.
Well, I said this game is definitely not over. They scored 4 runs at that time, and then they came right back and they scored, I think, 3 more, and it was 8-4, and then it went to 10-4, and you're like, yeah, this one's over.
If you're with us right now in the chat, can you get some of your friends in the chat with us? If you could tweet about it or post this on social, just post a link to the chat. It's a Friday night.
Yeah, people are like, what are we doing?
Let's get some people in this chat here tonight as we break down again the Padres' first loss on this road trip. They're still 41-25. They're still without their manager, Bob Melvin. Listen, the couple things on MacKenzie Gore that we need to discuss, then we'll tell you about our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz. The concerns are, and maybe the Rockies have your number, maybe you're a rookie at Coors Field. It's not the worst thing in the world to get beat at Coors Field. It happens. But here are my concerns. His velocity was down. Mm-hmm. He's throwing pitches that are catching way too much of the plate. He allowed 3 home runs. Maybe one of them was kind of Coors Field aided or wind aided. But this is back-to-back starts. I think I have it right here. Let me find this. It's 6 1/3 innings, Jim, against the Rockies. His last 2 starts, 14 earned runs. Like that's not just a blip, I wouldn't think. Again, maybe it's Colorado, maybe it's a rookie wall, maybe it's Coors Field, or maybe it's concerning because if he has a 3rd consecutive start like this, then you start pondering like, well, what are we going to do? We're going to let him just wear this for 4, 5, 6 consecutive starts? Is he going to skip a turn in the rotation? Is he going to go down? Like, what's your level of concern after these last 2 games?
He went from, I think, his ERA was like a 1.6 to now it's like a 3.8 or 3.6. I think the most concerning. What?
3.64.
Okay. I think the biggest concern to me is not that he gave up all the runs, is that his velocity was down, like way down, like 92. That's the most concerning. And I know Mudd talked about it. I know Mark Sweeney talked about it on the postgame show. And they were talking about mechanics. And that could be true. And if it is, then I trust Ruben Niebla to fix these mechanics going forward. But if there's something else there, like that's a problem. And you hope it's a rookie wall. You hope that this just is like a quick rookie wall, or you just hope that it's just he's going to struggle against the Rockies, because against everyone else he's looked amazing.
You're right. He had a 1.5, like you said. Now he's got a 3.64. I mean, to expect an entire season of brilliant pitching from a rookie based on what had occurred for him over the last couple of years, I mean, that would have been wishful thinking. Hopefully he can bounce back. I mean, this is his first real big league adversity. How does he deal with it? We're going to find out. I was wondering how he'd deal with his last outing, and he didn't deal well with it here tonight. So again, the Padres lose 10-4. MacKenzie Gore beaten for a second consecutive start by the Rockies, who had lost 7 consecutive home games, by the way, before beating the Padres tonight. I want to get to our first super of the night. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Again,
thanks, Matt.
John and Jim with you on the wrap-up show. Matt, thank you for this super as always. He says, I feel like Buddy Black had a point to prove against the Padres since they can't win against them since he became manager. Is that a little bit of a trend that the Padres have struggled just historically against the Rockies?
It's not been great. Like, it just feels like every time they go into Coors Field, it is who knows what's going to happen. Like, Musgrove could pitch there tomorrow. He's not going to, but I'm just saying, like, he could pitch there tomorrow and give up 6 runs. And you're like, what?
Mm-hmm.
It's Coors Field. The place is a joke. There was a home run tonight that was definitely a Coors Field special. There are also a couple of home runs tonight that, I mean,
went 500 feet.
Were blasted.
Yep.
So it's give and take, but going back to the point of, like, if this team is going to be serious about contending for the National League West, unless the Dodgers decide that they're going to lose to, like, you know, teams like the Pirates all the time, which I don't think that's going to happen, they need to beat the Rockies and the Diamondbacks in your division. You can't go 500 against these teams. You can't have a losing record, especially against this team if you're serious about trying to win the National League West. It just can't happen.
I agree with you. We do want to remind our viewers about Mark Nimitz, who is a huge supporter of the wrap-up show. He is the title sponsor, in fact, of the wrap-up show. We have insurance through him: auto, home, renter's life, earthquake insurance. I've got my homeowners and my earthquake insurance through Mark. I just had a claim. He took care of it, made it super simple. He could save you so much money. I mean, $750 this year just by switching your insurance over to Mark. And then if you have a claim, he can save you even more money. He's a San Diegan. We always tell you about that. He's in Denver. He's at the Rockies Padres series this weekend. So he's in Denver. He's a huge Padres fan.
Bring home a win, Mark, one time. Come on, let's go, man.
Yeah, seriously. But again, if you are a Padres fan, if you have any insurance needs, if you just want to talk Padres baseball, there's a link down below for Mark Nimitz. You can get a quote from him on this website. You can get all of his contact information. But if you're looking for a way to support this channel, if you want to support a local San Diego business, if you want to support a Padres fan or just talk Padres baseball, please contact Mark Nimitz.
All his information is above my head, mnimitz@farmersagent.com. That's mnimitz@farmersagent.com. When you reach out to him, let him know that John and Jim from the wrap-up show sent you.
You're right here. I mean, I'm seeing some comments about the defense, and the Rockies' defense was really good. And the Padres are due for a game like this. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you're not going to win every time you play, specifically on the road. They're winning at a 667 clip or something like that on the road. Mm-hmm. They're coming off one of the best 4-game series in the history of the franchise.
Yeah,
they scored 41 runs. I mean, this isn't going to happen every single night. Like, it's just not going to happen every single night. Now the question is, can they still win this series? And it will not be easy after what happened here tonight. They need to win the next 2 days. But to be fair, over 162, these are going to happen. Also, I will say this, Jim, when I look at this lineup tonight, and again, the lineup has been unbelievable, and they've been scoring runs. And even tonight, again, snake bitten a little bit. Colorado, good defense. Padres scored 4 runs. It wasn't like they were shut out. But I don't know about Kim, Grisham, Azokar, Alcantara. Like in order. Say that out loud. Kim, Grisham,
Azokar,
Alcantara.
John Quintero.
I mean, you're asking for. I mean, that's wishful thinking that's going to work.
Yeah, it's tough. But would it have been any better if you put Hosmer in the lineup and you moved Manny to third?
Yeah, it's true.
Or he had Hosmer DH. Like it wouldn't have been much better, honestly. They're dealing with what they got, and this same lineup, not to the same exact order, but pretty much the same lineup, scored 41 runs against the Cubs. So it's not like they're, coming off a series where they scored like 4 runs in 3 games or whatever, like they set a franchise freaking record just yesterday. And scoring 4 runs, it's good, but it's not good enough in Colorado. Colorado, you need to score 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, or at least 5, 6.
And 7, 8, 9 in Colorado is basically like scoring 3, 4, 5 runs at home.
Yeah, a little bit. You're right. No, of course. Absolutely. You can score 7 runs in Colorado and lose. You can score 9 runs there and lose.
Oh, God, yeah.
It is true, Irie Fan Geek. I mean, the Padres are 10-14 now, the last 2 years against the Rockies.
Not good.
A Rockies team that's not going to contend. They're not going to the postseason, even with the expanded wild card. They're just not.
Even though we're like the second home of the Rockies, the John and Jim show.
Yeah, is it our fault because we had a San Diegan Connor Joe on the show today?
Well, we had Bud.
No, if we could get Padres on the show, we would do that.
Yeah, but that's not
Believe
never
me,
happening.
we asked.
It's never happening. We had Buddy last week, and then we had Connor Joe this week, so it's our fault. Sorry. I blame us.
Ben, what's going on, man? Welcome to the chat, talking Friars. And you're right, Ben. Honestly, if he's good against everyone else, that's fine.
It's going to be interesting to see how he performs in his next start. If he makes his next start, and the first thing you look at is velocity, and if
it's down,
if it's up, then that's good. But his pitches were flat tonight. The home run he gave up to CJ Cron, I think it was CJ Cron. I mean, was literally like on a tee, hit it 5,000 feet home run.
I mean, I was surprised it didn't actually go 500. It was close to 500.
Easily.
Yep.
It was one of the farthest balls you've seen hit. I'm sure Gore's probably thinking to himself, that is the longest ball I've ever given it.
He doesn't give up home runs. That's the thing.
I know.
For him to give up 3 home runs. And again, you can give up a ball or 2. If they're solo and it scores field and you give up 2, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like that. They were, with men on. He just didn't pitch effectively. He didn't. And I'm looking at this schedule, and if Gore keeps his turn in the rotation, well, let's see. He probably pitched game 1 against the Phillies, which is not exactly a great matchup.
That would be they're playing right now.
That would be with the next 5 days off. But the question is, can they even give these starters 5 days off? If you missed it, Musgrove on the COVID IL, it's a concern. Hopefully it's very short term, but will he miss a turn? It's possible. And then Clevenger's not in the rotation. So if you didn't have Musgrove and Clevenger for 1 turn, you only have 5 other starters, which means maybe Gore pitches on 4 days rest, not 5. I don't know what they're going to do, though. You got innings limits for someone like MacKenzie Gore. Now, do you pitch him on 4 days rest against Arizona as opposed to 5 days rest against Philadelphia? You could. Or does he have to skip a turn in the rotation right now because of the way he's pitching?
This is a classic case of life comes at you very fast.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Because, these guys aren't injured, but they're not – everything's out of whack right now, it feels like, for the pitching staff because of the COVID stuff, because it just all feels out of whack. So it goes back to our point. Do not trade any pitching, but I don't care. I don't care. No, I keep it all. The more pitching, the better, because while they're all going to be back, right? Hopefully Clevenger's back in a rotation, normal thing, and Musgrove gets back soon, and who knows what happens with Morahone, and you have Martinez, but it can come at you very quickly.
This is fair, by the way, Sky, and I saw it from Rich McGuire as well. And listen, I'm looking at 6, 7, 8, 9. Grisham 1 for 4, homered. Azokar had a triple. Alcantara had a base hit. I'm just saying in general, when we saw that lineup, and I remember we talked about it on the radio, I'm like, I like this lineup. And I'm like, no, I like the top of this lineup. And there aren't any other options. And I get it. Grisham's been better. He has. He's still hitting 188, but he has been better. Azokar's given this team quality at bats. But when you listen, Grisham's got a 611 OPS. Azokar has a 630 OPS. Alcantara has a 451 OPS. Kim has a 660 OPS. You got 4 consecutive batters with 650, 660 or below OPSs. And again, offense has been great. They contributed to some extent here tonight. I'm just saying, when you look at the thing on paper, you're like, man, I don't know if it's enough. You're not starting that. You're not doing that in the postseason, right?
No,
you're not starting Kim, Grisham, Azokar, Alcantara in the post. Again, they'll have Tatis.
No, John. They're not doing that in the postseason.
I'm just saying. So, they did it tonight.
But it's June 17th.
I know. I get
versus
it.
the Rockies. Like,
I get it. I know.
They while they swept the Cubs, those games were long, and those guys, had a lot of at bats. So they were they're managing some guys. I am not going to come on here tonight and talk much about the offense. To me, it's the pitching. To me, it's the Rockies. You have to make sure you beat them over the long season. But tonight, for me, I'm not going to be worried about the offense.
No, I'm not worried about I'm just saying, listen, when you have a lineup with Kim, Grisham, Azokar, Alcantara, I'm not utterly shocked that they didn't win the game. That's all I'm saying.
And I mean, they still scored 4 runs. I know it's a Colorado, but it's not like they got shut out. That'd be even worse.
Well, yeah. Again, they've been scoring wrong. Whatever. Like I said off the top of the show, they're not going to win 162 consecutive games. They're going to lose games. They have to rest guys. I mean,
right.
And truthfully, they don't have a lot of depth in their lineup in general. I mean, they don't have a ton of positional player depth. And again, they've been playing well over the last 15 games. They lead baseball in runs scored coming into tonight. So it's hard to be critical of the offense in general. It's hard to be critical of the pitching or MacKenzie Gore, to be honest with you. It's just these last 2 starts,
Yeah, there's really it's more of like, for me tonight, it's just more of like a big picture, like the life comes at you fast thing where the pitching staff could get decimated in a second by who knows what, and you got to figure out a way to beat the Rockies. You can't have this season again where you go under 500 against a bad team. The Rockies are going to finish, what did you say, around 30 games out?
Yeah, definitely. Because someone's going to win 97 games,
So,
well, maybe not 25 games out. Yeah,
25. So this team that you're facing is going to finish 25 games out. You got to beat this team. You can't lose a season series versus the Rockies. And besides that last Friday night with Joe Musgrove on the mound, they have not looked good against them. Like, it's been a struggle for 4 straight games. So you got to figure out a way to beat this team. And that's why psychologically, like, this 3-game series here, taking 2 or 3, like, yeah, we can beat this team. All right. It's not a must-win series, but I mean, you got to beat the Rockies. All right, come on.
Yeah, I'm looking it up because people are saying, listen, I know Grisham's been better. I'm going to look up his numbers since May 1st with my crap internet. So since May 1st, I mean, listen, if you want to play that game, if we want to parse it out, I'll do it. I do it with Hosmer. I'll take April away from him and tell you he hasn't hit. Grisham, if I take April away from him, has a 638 OPS. I mean, guys, he hasn't hit. He's been better over the last 2 weeks. And if you follow me on social media, if you listen to me on the radio, if you've watched me on the show, I've been complimentary of Grisham recently, and I know he homered here tonight. So he's hit 3 home runs since May 1st. Okay. So again, he's been better because he was among the worst, offensive players in baseball the first month of the season. He's still hitting 188. I'm just saying again, I'm not going all in on this offense. I understand what everyone's saying. I'm just saying that when I look at Grisham, Alcantara, Azokar in the same lineup, I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing that every night. And I think there's a number of people that probably agree with me.
Right. And you'll probably see a different lineup tomorrow, more or less the same as what they had out in, Chicago. And the pitching with Martinez and Snell the next 2 days, you have no idea what you're going to get. Like, you were going to have to slug with the Rockies in Colorado. I think they can do it. I mean, Cronenworth remains extremely hot.
Profar's been great. Machado's
been good. Voigt's been great. Like you said about Grisham, he had a home run tonight. Yeah, it's just a bigger picture for me. Like, you gotta beat the Rockies, man. Like, you can't have this happen. This is not like they've been great against other bad teams, but you only play those bad teams like 6 times. You play the Rockies 18 times or 19 times in a season. It's much different.
Rich, so Rich says last 30 for Grisham, a 713 OPS. Okay. I mean, league average OPS for 30 games doesn't scream like starting center fielder for a team that's going to win the National League West. And I hope he plays better. I hope he plays better. He's been better.
Why do you hate Grisham?
I don't, but I mean, I can't come on here and say that Trent Grisham has had this great year. He's been better over the last 15 games. Agreed.
So basically, is what you're saying is Estuary Ruiz should be called up.
I mean, I'd love to see Estuary Ruiz.
I mean, he's only hitting 500 with a 1489 OPS. Shout out Ben for that.
I'd love to see Estuary Ruiz. I really would. And I'm not saying Grisham needs to go down. I'm just saying Grisham needs to keep this up for the next 15 or 30 games, or you can consider. I mean, okay, so a 107 for 15 games, guys. You
It's
give
not
me
bad,
the full
dude.
season, and that's just over big league average. I mean, that's fine.
But what do you expect? Honestly, what do you expect from Trent Grisham?
Well, he's their starting center fielder, so I mean,
So do you expect Trent Grisham to be Mike Trout, or do you expect Trent Grisham to be above league average?
well, he's
honestly.
not. But I'd love for him to be above league average. He just isn't. If you look at his whole year,
Okay, but recently he's been above
he's been
league
better,
average, and he's been better.
Yeah,
Like you cut out the crap at the beginning, and recently he has been better and above league average.
I agree. Let's get to Matt here in the super. Thank you guys for the supers. Great way to support this channel. If you're with us on this Friday night, please subscribe. If you're here on replay, you can hit that thanks button. If you want to support with the super, there's a $sign down below. And Matt, we thank you again for your supers. He says, I can't wait until the balanced schedule next season where we don't have to keep facing against NOS teams all the time. That'll help us big time. Matt, is that, I don't even know if that is confirmed. Is that coming next year, or is that coming in the future when they get to 32 teams? Obviously, next year's schedule isn't out as of yet, but are they doing that next year where you're playing more like 12 games against teams in your division and 9 games against teams out of your division in the National League? Is that what you're alluding to? That ultimately will help a team like San Diego because, we play the Dodgers and the Giants more than we play the Reds and the, Pirates.
Right. Like next year they'll face everybody.
But is that confirmed?
I think it is. Yeah. 2023.
Okay. Well, that'll be beneficial.
And I'm not positive on that, but at the same time, like, that's great. Does it help him this year? No. It does not. Mm-hmm. It does not help the fact that they still play the Rockies, I think either 15 more times, right? 14 more times?
Yes. Yeah, 14 or 15 games, yeah. Not 15. Either 14. 13 or 14. You
okay, 14 more times. You play the Rockies 14 more times.
That's a lot.
That doesn't help. And you are 2-4 against them. It's not good.
No, you're 2-3. 2-3.
You're 2-3 against them.
Yeah. It's not great. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world.
Not the end of the world, but still, it's not great.
And like Chad says, I mean, you're facing Cy Young tomorrow, German Marquez, who literally carved.
He's the reincarnation of like what? Greg Maddux and I don't know, give me like John Smoltz had a baby. It's like German Marquez. Mm-hmm. That's a horrible analogy, but whatever.
Yeah, that's very weird.
You get my point. He's like the best pitcher ever against the Padres. And me saying that now, the Padres are going to about to score 9 runs against them. So you're welcome, everybody.
You're welcome, everyone. What are we talking about? I'm looking at the chat.
I don't know. Are we?
This is funny,
dude. Listen, they're gonna suck. Okay, but embrace it. Like, embrace the suck.
Embrace the suck.
We all know they're going to be crap. No doubt about it. All right, 100% guaranteed. I haven't seen them. John hasn't seen them. No one's seen them. Everyone's got mock-ups, and they're going to suck. Like, Peter Grubner has already said a majority.
Who's Peter Grubner?
Sorry, Eric Grubner. What did I say, Peter? I mean, I got Peter Seidler and Eric Grubner put into one person. Yeah, they're going to suck. So embrace it.
We do want to welcome our brand new partner to the wrap-up show, Omar Sanchez at Edge Home Finance. If you have mortgage needs, Omar is your guy. He's here to help all Padres fans with their mortgages. You can text Omar right now. You can scan the QR code on the screen in the top right corner, or you can text him, 619-387-7798. I'll put his number right now in the chat for you if you want to text him. He's available to you 24 hours a day. Here's the deal with our buddy Omar Sanchez. He's your San Diego native mortgage broker. Whether you're looking to buy your dream home, he can help you. He can help you get into your dream home. He can help you refinance to consolidate your debt as well. If you're in the process of buying or refinancing and would like a second opinion to make sure you're getting the best possible deal, call or text Omar Sanchez for a absolutely free consultation. And if you're a realtor, Omar is looking for local partners as well. Omar's a San Diegan. He went to San Diego State. He's a huge Padres fan. He can get you into the home of your dreams, or he can help you refinance to consolidate your debt. Omar Sanchez, welcome to the Wrap-Up Show. And for our viewers, if you're looking to support this channel, if you have any home buying needs, please consider Omar for that.
Text him right now, 619-387-7798. He told us, hey, if anybody has any questions, text me at any time of the day, and we're telling you to do that. The QR code in the top left or right, one of the top corners here, it'll take you right to his website. Go reach out to him. Go find him. Welcome Omar to the Wrap-Up Show.
Yes, absolutely. And listen, Chad, you're right. Rockies defense, I saw the stat. They've committed like 20 errors in 17 games coming in. Tonight they were excellent. And this will happen over 162. That will happen. And it did happen here tonight. And what happened to MacKenzie Gore will happen. Allowing 10 runs at Coors Field will happen.
Yeah. It reminded me, do you remember Eric Lauer's first start? It was in Colorado. I don't think you were here yet.
Was it in 2017 or 16?
I forget when. You might have just got here, so you weren't fully entrenched into San Diego sports yet. But tonight kind of reminded me a little of that outing because he got fucking lit up. Eric Lauer got lit up. And at one point, he just turned around after he gave up another home run and just started smiling. And I don't know why, but it just brought me back to like a rookie left-hander, just getting lit up at Coors Field.
Yeah.
It was 2017.
Dude, it's a tough place to pitch. I don't care if you're a Cy Young Award winner or a rookie or whomever you are. I don't care if the Rockies are good or bad. I don't care if they've lost 7 straight at home. It's a tough place to pitch. It just is. I don't care if scoring is down at Coors Field. And by the way, it is. I don't care. It all adds up. Wind was blowing out. It was warm.
They scored 10 runs. Come on, guys. It's like 10 runs there is par for the course.
It can be. It can be.
Yeah.
Rich, to your point, I mean, listen, Jake Cronenworth is playing great baseball. His season OPS is up to 743. And again, those that want to compare Cronenworth's year to Grisham's year, you can't really do it because Cronenworth has had a much better year, even with the slow start. I mean, Cronenworth has had a much better year, above league average OPS, Grisham below league average OPS. So I think Cronenworth has been unbelievable. I think he might be the National League's Player of the Month in June. I think he's a big reason why they've had the success, and along with Jurickson Profar at the top of this lineup right now. I like this lineup, the way they've played here over the last couple of weeks. Profar, Cronenworth, Machado, Voit, Alfaro, all have been great. I think Kim has the potential to be hitting better than he is. He's been snake bitten. I agree with that. Grisham's been better. I don't know about Azocar and Alcantara, if I'm being honest, but I do think the lineup has obviously been vastly improved, and let's see if that can continue here into the All-Star break.
It's not all perfect, but the top of your lineup, like you can't. It's hard to be the Yankees, where everybody in your lineup hits home runs. Yep. It's hard, and also like the Phillies, where everybody in your lineup hits home runs. Those are just 2 teams, and that's they're on a very short list. So you're getting contributions from guys that you expect to perform. Cronenworth, you expect Machado to perform. He does. You brought in Voit to perform. He has of late. You have Jurickson Profar as your starting outfielder. They talked a lot about him the start of the season, how they hoped he could revert to 2020. He's performed, so that's 4 guys in your lineup right there that have performed of late. To
Mazzara,
massive, and Mazzara. Sometimes like that's a lot for a lineup. Is have 4 out of the 9 guys all hitting.
It is. Again, I'm not sure. I'm not trying to be overly
you are
critical. I am trying to be honest. I mean, the idea that we know that Trent Grisham has turned this corner and he's going to be the starting center fielder on a really good baseball team. We don't yet know that. We really don't. I mean, he has. I'm hopeful if we get to the All-Star break and he turns these 15 games into 40 games, I'll be way more optimistic. If Nomar Mazara, listen, I'm very high on Nomar Mazara. I love the way they've used him, and he's been very good. We had asked for that, so I'm all in on Mazara. I think Voit has been excellent since the slow start. I think Machado's been amazing all year. And I know Tatis is seriously going to help whenever they get him back. So it's not a ton of holes. It really isn't a ton of holes. It's just when I see the bottom four of this lineup tonight, it's just a little glaring, even with the success they've had on offense here recently. That's all I'm saying. And again, everyone in the chat that said, well, it's not the reason why they lost tonight. You're 100% right. Grisham homered. Whomever else had a triple, you're 100% right. I agree with you.
Why do you hate this team so much?
And this is basically my point, Rich. Yes. And I don't think they will, honestly, when they're fully healthy. With Tatis, if right field is answered with Mazara and not Myers, if Grisham can hit, then they won't.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And, Mazara, I think they've put Mazara in spots to succeed, and he has delivered.
Yep.
Tonight was not a spot for him to succeed. It was matchups.
Exactly.
And he'll be in there tomorrow. Herman Marquez is a righty, right?
Herman Marquez is a righty.
Yeah, so he'll be in there tomorrow night. Hopefully they can figure it out. Because if they can't, then you just lost another series to the Rockies, which is not great.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And Nick Martinez is going to...
Having him not in there against Freeland makes sense, like you said.
Right.
They're trying to maximize Mazara.
And
although I'm not opposed to him getting an at-bat or two against the lefty,
Yeah, but also what they're doing is they're making sure that everybody's playing.
Right.
Everybody stays fresh. There's not a situation where a guy's buried on the bench and because Bob Melvin talked about this earlier in the season. He's like, yeah, it was nice to get, I think it was a game they put in Alcantara.
Right.
And like, yeah, it's nice to get him in the game and get him some consistent at bats because, we want everybody we want everybody to feel ready at all times.
Yeah. And he's a good defensive player. I mean, listen, it's not 15 games ago, we could have questioned this offense every day of the week. And to be fair, you did, and you were right to do it. These last 15 games, you can't really question the productivity they've had. And then kind of disguise point here. The Cubs series does not make a season, nor does this series against the Rockies, by the way, nor does tonight against the Rockies. It does not make a season. So, and 15 games is a good sample size. They played good baseball for 15 games here. But again, I want to see this offense carry over through the summer. And there's reasons to believe it will. Tatis returns, less marine layer, warm weather on the road, right? I mean, there's reasons to believe the offense will be improved in the summer as opposed to the first 2 months of the year.
Did the Dodgers lose tonight?
Someone put that in the chat. I have no idea. Were they playing the Guardians tonight? I'm making that up.
I don't know. Or were they playing the Angels?
It's 1-1 in the 10th. They're at Dodger Stadium. It is Cleveland and LA. They are 1-1 in the 10th.
If they win, still tied for first.
If Cleveland wins. Then the Padres are a half game up. If the Dodgers win, the Padres are a half game back.
I think they'd be tied, John.
Would they be?
Yes, because losing, they are now a half game back. If I'm not mistaken. Because Dodgers...
They entered the day a half game better than the Dodgers, correct? We kept saying sole possession.
Oh, okay. You're right.
Yeah, so a win and a loss.
Yeah.
One game's on the line in one direction tonight.
Scoreboard watch.
We're watching. I'm watching. I mean, I thought tonight could be a clinching night if everything went right, but
yeah, I said they should just call it. Like, especially after last night.
It's over.
Hey, after last night, might as well just call everything. It's over. Just let's have parades all the time.
Jesse, what's going on, man? Hope everything's well in Hawaii. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for the super.
Probably still
Thank
light
you guys
out
for
there.
hanging out tonight.
I'm jealous. Very nice.
Yeah, thanks for the supers.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, listen, Guardians are rolling. They just swept Colorado in Colorado. They're 5 games over 500. If they can pull this out, that'd be huge for the Padres. I brought this up today on the radio. We've talked about it a lot on the wrap-up show as well, Jim. The truth of the matter is there are 6 good teams in the American League and 8 good teams in the National League. There's 6 teams over 500 in the AL. There's 8 over 500 in the NL. And by the way, I don't know if any of the 8 in the National League right now I would call a fraud that are over 500. So this isn't going to be as easy as maybe some of us think it is. I do believe the Padres ultimately will be a playoff team. I really do. I definitively feel that way. But with all that being said, Philly's rolling, okay? Atlanta is rolling. The Giants have not let up. Even though the Dodgers haven't been good, they're equal with the Padres essentially in the standings. Brewers have been bad, but they're still 5 or 6 games over 500. The Cardinals are the Cardinals, and they've been very good. So there are 8 good teams in the National League. Only 6 will make the playoffs. There's only 8. Nobody else is going to sneak up.
Right.
But someone's going to miss out that probably has a good year in the National League.
I see a scenario where all these teams are so close together that you might see a situation where 2, 3, 4 games might decide if you have a bye or if you're out of the playoffs. Like, that's how I think how close it could be.
Wow. So so you could see like a scenario where like 4 or 5 of the teams are within like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, I don't feel like any team is going to be like the Dodgers and Giants of last year and win 107, 106 games.
Right.
I think between like 97 and like 92 wins, all right there.
For like everyone?
For close to everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have
like 5 teams.
You could have a situation where a couple teams fall off and it's like, 86 wins gets you in.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about 8 teams, and there's nobody else. This is it. 8 teams vying for 6 spots. Yep. You could see 2 of those teams fall off at the end, and then the rest of the 6 all around 90+ wins.
Yeah, that would be incredible. I'm not like, here's the issue from a Padres or NL perspective. There are buyers. Philadelphia, they've spent a fortune. They'll buy. Atlanta won the World Series. They'll buy. Milwaukee, I mean, they've faded a little bit, but they're not going to sell. We know what St. Louis and San Francisco and LA are going to do. So it's like you got 6, 7, 8 buyers in the National League. So like at least 7 teams will go for it. There's no way anyone punts on it in July that's over 500 in the National League, So you're going to have to play good baseball.
Because all these teams are so close, makes the trade deadline even more crazier because, like you said, all these teams are going to be out there buyers. So, let the bidding wars begin.
Yeah, I saw there's an article today in The Athletic from Jim Bowden with the 125 top trade deadline names. And there are a lot of names. I mean,
only 125? Wow, that's not a lot.
But actually, when you think about all positions, there's like 20 starters, 20 relievers, 8 second basemen, yada, yada.
Are there even that many players traded at the trade deadline?
No way. But like these are 125 candidates.
Okay.
Maybe like 40 or 50 would move to the 30 team. Maybe that's high, to be honest with you.
Probably.
We want to tell you guys about our partnership with Aura, ORA.organic. If you click this Take the Quiz button, you're going to get 30% off your very first order. Their co-founder, Will, is a huge Padres fan. He is a San Diegan. This company has offices in San Diego. They have plant-based nutritional products for you. All of them are plant-based. All of them are for your health and nutrition, whether it's probiotics. I take one every single day from Aura for digestion and heart health and other reasons, or if it's workout supplements or proteins or omega-3 oils or sleep supplements or immunity pills. This is an amazing company with so many great products that can improve your health right now, this year, whether it's yourself or your spouse or your family or whomever it is. ORA.organic. Click the Take the Quiz button. Get 30% off, Jim, 30% off your very first order with Aura.
Yeah, go there right now, www.aura.organic. Take the quiz, 30% off your first order. Everything you need to live a healthy lifestyle. Go there right now, hooking you up. You will definitely thank us later.
I mean, if you're looking for one thing in 6 weeks, because I see people talking about it in the
that works.
In the chat. Yeah, it's gonna be Judge or it's gonna be Soto.
Yeah, that works too.
Or Ohtani, or even Trout could be beneficial. I'd say Trout's a slight up. Oh, Reynolds is an upgrade.
Yeah. This one's good. Yeah, easy.
But in all honesty, they'll look to add a reliever, and in my opinion, they could look to add an outfielder, depending on how the Mazzara-Myers thing plays out. Will Mazzara hit? How is Grisham look in 6 weeks? I mean, they could have a chance to contribute. I have no idea.
I mean, I think they'll definitely go out and look for those type of pieces, but who says that they won't think internally like, well, Will Myers is coming back. That's an addition. Right. Tatis is coming back.
Tatis Jr. Yeah.
Tatis is coming back. That's an addition. So guess what? We just upgraded in the outfield in our minds, and we definitely upgraded with a power bat. I mean,
I would love this. We'll get you Quan in a second. This David Robertson, absolutely.
Take it.
Michael Berlin saying, I think the offense is better than we think. Over 5 runs a game since May 1st. April was rough for basically everyone but Manny. Now with Voit, Jake, Mazzara, Profar going, it's much more balanced. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. The offense has been very good over the last handful of weeks. I think overall, if you took everything into account, I think we should take everything into account because that's the larger sample size you can get, the better, in my opinion. If you take everything into account, at best, what is it right now? Right at major league average across the board. And I think I'm probably selling them a little high. Or are they even major league average? OPS, slugging, runs per game? I think they are in runs per game. I know they are in runs per game. They're probably top 10 in runs per game. I'm just saying, if you take everything, I think it's a fine offense. Maybe it's a tick above league average, but do they need to improve even more if they're going to win this whole thing?
Yes, and they will.
They're going to win the whole thing, or they're going to improve the offense?
Both. All right. They're going to improve the offense. It's just everyone's like, make a trade. Like, guys, it can't. No.
Yeah, it's early. And like, they're going to improve this team. They will. I agree.
Especially if they keep winning at the clip that they are right now. You think Pollard's going to sit back and be like, I like it? No,
I don't.
Hell no, dude.
I agree with you.
We know he's a psychopath in the best way possible.
Exactly. I would love this. Robertson, he should come cheap. He's old. He's on a terrible team with the Cubs. I love that. He's had an amazing year.
Come on down.
You trade him for the number 19 prospect in the organization, please.
Or the 21st.
Exactly. Nobody knows Renee. I think he's in a missing persons program somewhere. No, I don't know. I don't know.
He's a milk carton.
Yeah. Do you know anything?
Nothing. I got nothing for you. Give them Pomeranz.
There are some. How many World Series winners are a tick above average in offense? There are some. I mean, probably some of those Giants teams, maybe. How good was the Nats team that won in 2019? Was led by pitching, but had Juan Soto and others.
They did not have Bryce Harper though.
Good point.
They did have Rendon, he was really good.
Yeah.
The Royals team that won the World Series wasn't like
had Eric Hosmer on it.
Oh, that's right. Just kidding. They're the best offense of all time. Yeah, there's some teams that can win without top echelon, offense.
That's good to know, Michael, by the way. 9th in OPS last 30 days. So it's very good. Overall, I don't know what it is for the year, Michael. Do you have it? Is it top 20 at this point with all this offense the last 15 games? I don't know.
Coming in today, John, they were the 3rd best run differential team in baseball.
That's because their pitching's been awesome.
Also because they shit all over the Cubs, but still.
True. Yep, that's right.
That's pretty good.
Rich says this happened in 2012. Shoot, Rich, it happened in 2021. I mean, they traded for Frazier in 2021. Ludwig in 2012, they missed the playoffs. Frazier in 2021, they missed the playoffs. It's a little different now, more playoff teams. But your point is valid. There's no guarantee you make some trade and it benefits the club. Look at last year.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay, we're actually San Diego's 14th. I'm sorry. 14th in OPS last 30 days and 9th in on-base
2-1 Cleveland. Let's go, baby.
That game's not over, is it?
No, because the Doyers are up to bat.
Okay. I see that, Chad. Thank you for that in the chat. What did the Giants do tonight? They won, right?
They won 2-0 over Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you look at this division. I mean,
it's very close.
Like you said,
one week you could change a lot of things.
Yep. You could have 3 teams within 5 games all year. I mean, the Giants are 3.5 games behind the Padres. And all we do is talk about the Padres and the Dodgers, and the Giants are 3.5 games out.
Yeah. And the Giants have been dealing with a lot of stuff.
They really have. Before we get out of here tonight, we do want to remind our viewers about this cap giveaway. This is the last day to enter our cap giveaway. Did you realize that, Jim? The cap I'm wearing right now can be yours, and you can enter this cap giveaway at the link down below. You can also enter it by clicking on the link that I'm putting right now in the chat. So this cap giveaway will end tonight. How do I get back to this, Jim?
I don't know. Where are you going?
Cap giveaway ends tonight, and you can enter right now. It's free to enter. We've got nearly 500 entries. Here's how you enter. You just put your name and your email. You're entered. If you want additional entries, you can do that by clicking on the Shop Wrap-Up Show merchandise store link. You can get 2 additional entries. You can get 2 more for subscribing to our newsletter, 2 more entries for subscribing to the Wrap-Up Show YouTube channel. You can get additional entries for visiting websites for Mark Nimitz or Aura or our mortgage specialist on the show, Omar Sanchez, or Parks and Normal's website as well. Parks and Normal, the outfitter of this cap. This is a great cap. It is sold out. It is the San Diego City cap,
so
$60 retail. Someone's winning this. We are announcing a winner, Jim, Sunday night. Enter right now. You've got an hour and 43 minutes left to enter for your chance to win this cap.
Hope you win, Quan. I really do.
I hope you guys all win.
I hope everybody wins.
Oh, Chad, thank you. This
That's
shirt,
a great point.
This shirt is a Brixton t-shirt.
Oh, no. Oh, wait. Is he asking about where's my merch? Because I haven't got my shirt yet.
That's already been ordered. It takes like 7-8 days. This shirt, where is the shirt from, John? This is from Brixton.
People are asking you about your fashion?
Yes,
bro.
dude, because unlike you, I don't just wear like a gray sweatshirt and a backwards like non-relevant hat.
Dude, I'm at my house, bro. I'm wearing like shorts and a t-shirt.
I know you're at your house. It's the wrap-up show.
Great. I'll wear a suit next time.
Anyway, you can get it at Hanson's and Encinitas. Jim, if you need a new shirt.
If I need fashion advice from John Schaefer, I'll make sure to go there.
Yes. Yeah, I normally have a collar. Not tonight. Where's your Warrior shirt?
It's on the way, actually. Warriors championship hat and championship t-shirts are on the way, if you know what I'm saying.
I don't know what you're saying.
I do. You do know what I'm saying.
All right, I think we covered everything. Musgrove on the COVID IL, hopefully not for long. Clevenger back, wasn't great. Bob Melvin hopefully back by Monday when the Padres return home. All is fine. 41-25. You're not going to win every single game. And hopefully the Dodgers lose tonight. What's our final update there? 2-1?
2-1, 10th inning. Tweet us if they lose.
Yeah, please do. Please tweet us at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. As a reminder, please subscribe. We have year-round Padres content for you. Hit the notification bell as well. Smash the like button for us as well. And support our partners. Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. You can save you $750 on your insurance. Aura, ORA.organic. Take 30% off your very first order. And also Omar Sanchez at Edge Home Finance. Any mortgage needs, or if you're looking to reconsolidate your debt, he can help you do that as well. So support our partners. We'll be back on Sunday evening. We'll announce a winner of this cap. We'll wrap up the Padres Rockies series as well. Thank you guys for hanging out on this Friday evening, and we'll do it again later this weekend. Thanks, Renee. Thanks, Quan. Thanks, Saul. Thank you all. Peace.